did this earlier, like 2 hours ago, but I want to explain this first. So, the original stream of this was way too toxic, in my opinion, and I'm gonna delete that version of it, and we're gonna keep this version of it, and that's what I want to say before we get right into this, right? And I want to fix a couple of things and just go over games in a more calm manner and explain, why I put them in the tier that they are better than I did in that original video, because that original video, that original tier list video, really lost sight of what it was, a tier list video of my opinion, and it kind of got heated with tons of other people trying to say their opinion is correct, and I felt like we need a redo, we need a do-over on this stream. So even if this one gets nowhere near as amount of views, I don't care. I want to redo. So let's start with Super Paper Mario. All right. So the reason why I'm going to put Super Paper Mario in like B or C, probably a mix between the two. I'll probably put in C. The reason I put in C is because, keep in mind, the story was great. It was the platforming and level design that really bothered me, because you had to go in 2D and you had to go into a 2D slash 2D and sort of pseudo 3D like perspective a lot of the time, and that shit got like old like really quickly, and I remember like getting tired of some sections in the game because some sections were difficult to like get past or get behind. And I remember just liking the game at first, but then the more I played, the more I was starting to dislike it. And yes, I know the story for this game is phenomenal, one of the best Paper Mario stories, but for me, as a game, as an overall package, I did not enjoy this game as much as I thought I would. Even though obviously I go into every Mario game like thinking I'm gonna enjoy this and whatnot, but sometimes it just does not turn out to be the case, okay? So, next game in line, right? Partners in Time. I want to say this is a solid B tier game. The reason why Mario and Luigi Partners in Time is a solid game is because the gameplay loop kind of goes like this. Mario and Luigi carry the babies around. If the big bros can't reach the area, baby bros go over and deal with that situation, go back, and then it's vice versa too. If baby bros can't handle it, big bros handle it. And the story is okay, gameplay's okay, bosses are okay. Overall, this is like the darkest Mario and Luigi game, if I'm not mistaken. And which I do like sometimes darker stories, but I kind of prefer more of a lighter tone in the Mario verse, in my opinion. So, and I know I play this one on the channel a lot, but I don't know why, but every time I kept returning to this game after like my first playthrough, I never really felt that extra oomph to kind of keep going with it, like another like 5, 6, 7, 8 times and whatnot, so on and so forth. So that's why Partners in Time is in B. Let's see. All right, let's just get this out of the way. Superstar Saga. I'm also gonna rank this one in B, maybe even A tier, because it is better Partners in Time in my opinion. So Superstar Saga, the reason I put this in B as well is because of the simple fact that um to me, I know this game suffers from first game syndrome, and there's so much first game syndrome in this game, it's not even funny, and it almost makes it kind of unbearable to go back to sometimes. But I still respect what Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga was able to do with its phenomenal story, its phenomenal characters, phenomenal abilities Mario and Luigi get, like the Thunder and Fire Hand. It's just when I came back and did a playthrough and had to get the Beanstar pieces again, which kind of made me sick to my stomach because I really do not like doing fetch quests like that as much. And I know Partners of Time also did this too, and I know Bowser's Inside Story did this as well, but I don't know why, but it just made me sick when going back and doing it again for Superstar Saga, and I really don't like it when video games make me feel sick or make me feel some sort of way. You know what I mean? It kind of brings it down a level. And by the way, forgot to mention this, but whatever games that are in the tier list that I have not played, I will not rank. Okay? I'm only ranking the ones I have played that are Mario RPGs. Alright. So, let's go with Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope. So, the reason I put this game in C tier, definitely above Super Paper Mario, but I'd probably say lower than the Mario and Luigi, mainly because of the gameplay. I know Rayman was one of the biggest reasons why I bought Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, because I really wanted to play Rayman. I hope and I really prayed that Mario and Rayman would interact, but they never did. Kind of sad, but the story for Mario and Rabbids is pretty good. The characters are interesting. I thought it was solid all around, but I don't know. To me, like doing the battles like in a grid type fashion and running around in this little field doing little attacks with the rabbits and stuff. I don't know. To me, I felt like the gameplay to me got a little bit boring, such a little bit repetitive after a while, and I'm not gonna lie, this story kind of dragged along, and also it's just kind of weird to me that Mario's using space guns, even though we've seen Mario use hammers, his freaking hands, do get stuff done, more jumps. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of weird to see him use freaking blaster guns other than like Smash Brothers or something. To me, it's just freaking weird. Anyways, let's get out of that. Let's see. Oh man, Paper Mario: The Origami King. I'm also gonna put this in C tier. Now, don't get me wrong. Graphics, this game is phenomenal. Music at times, phenomenal. Some of the story beats, phenomenal. I will give Origami King a lot of credit. This game really tried to go back to its roots, but it just couldn't. Like when they added those partners and stuff, Bobbery, I'll give them that. They tried going back to the original formula as best as they can. It's just that Nintendo at that time, when Origami King was coming out, they didn't want to go back to that style, so they had to go back to it, semi go back to it, but also do something new that Nintendo would like. So I get it why the puzzle battle system is the way that it is, but at the same time, I still feel the puzzle battle system just isn't for me, and it got repetitive a lot throughout my playthrough, and there were so much other things that I made a big 3 hour long my experience with Origami King, just talking about like what I liked, what I didn't like over there, that you guys can check out for way more info on why I liked it, why I didn't like it and stuff. I definitely recommend you check that out, but uh, for now, Origami King is going in C, just the Super Paper and, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. All right. I know there's a lot of them in C. I might move Superstar Saga to A. I'm not sure. The first A tier game, I would say, is Bowser's Inside Story. So Bowser's Inside Story, I would say, is an A tier game because not only you get to play Mario and Luigi in some of the best bits of the series, music-wise, sprite-wise, they look the best. Gameplay and dialogue is still just as funny, if not even funnier than Partners in Time. It's definitely a step up in terms of Partners in Time, and definitely a step up from Superstar Saga. Don't even get me started with the final fight. The final fight was so freaking good with Dark Bowser, and then you going in the core of Bowser's body where you fight Dark Fawful and shit with as the Mario Bros. That was so legendary. That was legendary material, and all that shit on a DS. Bro, not even a console. That is what made it even more insane and make it stand out. And also, playing Bowser was cool. Having giant battles with Bowser was so cool. It was awesome. I loved Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story as a genuine experience. It was so much fun. Even though all the games on this list I played like once or twice. Superstar Saga and Partners Time I played multiple times, but hey, in Origami King, I played like 2 times, once, we beat it fully once, and then the second time I kind of failed because, anyways, you get the gist. So, Paper Mario 64, I'm also going to put this in A tier. This game single-handedly created the entire Paper Mario series. I won't even lie, bro. Why? That was Super Mario RPG that created, Paper Mario. I mean, Paper Mario was kind of not even an accident, but it was just like a way for them to kind of continue doing Mario RPGs without bringing back like Gino and Mallow and all that other sort of stuff. But anyways, Paper Mario 64 is actually a really goated experience because think of Mario in this world. In the world, obviously fighting Bowser and stuff, but you also get like allies and the turn-based combat's good, the music's good. I don't know, just Paper Mario 64 is just a solid story where Bowser has the Star Rod and it's all up to Mario to try to get, obviously stop Bowser, get rid of the rod from him and stuff. So because the rod gives him like ultimate power and whatever. It's a good game. It's a good game for the N64. Probably one of the best RPGs on the N64 in my absolute opinion. All right, next game on our list right here. We got a few more games left. I'm just gonna get Thousand Year Door out of the way. I'm gonna put the original experience. It's either it can go S, A, or B, like all three of these. But like I'll be a little bit more lenient and I'll give like the original version of B or at least an A, and then maybe the remake an S. All right, so since this is based off the original experience, so I played Thousand Year Door for the first time on my PC back in the day, and I remember I loved the ever living shit out of it. I really did love the shit out of it. I loved it so much. Hello, what's up, Tim Burners? Sick, Moochie Gucci, what's good? Uh, why Mario game is dark? My bad for not reading comments. It's just that I want to get this one done and kind of out of the way as quick as possible. So my bad. Just enjoy, what you're seeing and stuff. But anyways, Thousand Year Door I first played on the PC, and I remember being so hooked and so addicted to it. I was playing it every single day, even though there was a lot of bits that pissed me off. Like for example, in certain chapters, like the Grits Pit, or the Shadow Queen boss fight, or Bone Tails boss fight, or the 100 Trials, or the train chapter they had in there and stuff. And also, I mean, it's the best. It's one of the best RPGs for a reason. It's the top of A tier for a reason. But and even with its faults, aka that Peach invisibility section and others that I've mentioned that are a problem, there is so much good in this game that like I can't put it lower than A tier. And also I kind of felt like I definitely felt like I did this game dirty in my last version of the tier list. So that's why I'm kind of giving it justice right now. Thousand Year Door anyway. Um, let's see. Let me rank one more game or two or three more games because I haven't played a lot of these right here. Anyways, let's go to Brothership. I think Brothership, even despite its problems, I said it was a C tier game last time. It it's honestly more of a B tier game. All right, I think it's either B. It's either a low B or a high C for me personally. But I'm gonna put it in low B because why not? So the reason I put Mario and Luigi Brothership, over Mario plus Rabbids because obviously it's a Mario and Luigi game. Obviously, the RPG style is more my taste. So that's why it kind of goes a little higher. But other than that, like the graphics looking good, Mario and Luigi's like models, they look amazing. The world pops out a lot. There is so many issues with Mario and Luigi Brothership that I really, really dislike. Like for example, the pacing in this game is so fucking bad. Like, bro, and I don't get it why people say, bro, just sit there for longer than 8 hours for an RPG to get good. Why do I need to sit here and wait for longer than 8 hours for an RPG to get good? Right? And obviously, people say once it's good, it gets rolling, like it continues just being a really good experience. I played this game for more than 20 hours, or I put about 20 hours into Mario Luigi Brothership. I have an entire playthrough of me recording my first thoughts of the game, all the way down to my last, which was 11 whole streams before I stopped playing. And it didn't get better. It just got more and more repetitive the more I played. And also certain battles, like the enemy battles where it's like, hey, You better defeat us all at once before you're able to progress. Otherwise, we'll just keep infinitely spawning until you figure us out. And it's like those battles I really dislike. The pacing, excuse me, the pacing I really don't like. The the bosses are absolutely lame in my opinion. Like a lot of these bosses are lame. I know the final boss for a lot of people is really hype, and it felt like a Kirby game for those. But I'm sorry, but I just can't be patient enough with a game, an RPG game that takes a while to get good. Thousand Year Door in A tier was good literally less than an hour in when I was playing that. So was Paper Mario 64. So was literally every Mario and Luigi game before this one. Shit, Origami King was more interesting than Brothers. You know what? I actually might have to lower it. Like, it might be top of C, actually, because of that. It either might be, like I said, B minus or like top of freaking, or like low B or top C, like high C or low B, right? Like I said, due to these issues, like especially the pacing, bosses being lame, even the secret bosses being lame, and really nothing to do once you 100% everything, you just put the game down or just stop playing altogether. It's like, what the fuck type of experience with that? At least all the other M&L games, they gave you an experience. For example, they gave you DX versions of all the bosses, and they did do that. They did follow the M&L tradition, but it's like, you could have been the game that broke the mold of the DX versions of these bosses and actually made unique, like Thousand Year Door with Bone Tail and the 100 Trial, joint. That would have been, so much cooler than what Brothership decided to do. And that's why I put it down the way that it is. Pacing, shitty secret bosses, boss are just boring to me. Other than like the extension corp and maybe like the main dude, other than like those four guys, everyone else I just do not give a fuck about. And especially the pacing to just getting to the first boss, doing 4 islands before one boss is ridiculous. I mean, it took me more than 5 streams just to get the fucking hammers. I'm sorry for saying the F word so much, but dude, that is a problem when literally you get the hammers at every other M&L game like an hour in comparison to fucking Brothership. Yeah, that should probably be turned down a little bit, Louis. Should probably be turned down a little bit. Yeah, about to say copyrights for real on this one. But anyways, that's why I say Brothership, in my opinion, is down here in C tier. It's down here. It is down here. All right. I know people are going to be pissed at me for that. That's fine. It's my tier list. You can find this tier list, change it up yourself. You got it. Anyways, so, you know what? I don't know. I really would want to rank the remake like better than Thousand Year Door, like the original for GameCube. But I don't think it really does that much to really be the definitive version for me. I say that because I'm not a purist. That's not why. I feel like this would have been the definitive version if they didn't fuck with 100 trials. They kept 100 trials the exact same. They didn't mess with badges. I forgot to mention this last time, but they actually did mess with the damage scaling on badges in the remake. Um, the secret boss you get with Prince Marsh, which is a cool addition, and the giant Boo and Waka Mole, like that Waka dude, is cool. But I feel like it's really lame in comparison to another game I'm going to discuss here in a second, right? It's just, in my opinion, I feel like if you're going to do secret bosses in a Mario game, please make them super interesting, or batshit awesome, like design wise. Make it crazy. Make it not even looking Mario related. I know it's because of a certain game that I'm about to talk about is why I have these certain standards for Mario secret bosses to be really cool and really out there and pop out and be expressive and show yourself. But I don't know. To me, I just feel like Super Mario, I mean Thousand Year Door, not Super Mario, but Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake is a good game. Because trust me, I played the entire game on Switch once it came out. I was happy, I was excited for this game, but after I beat it, I didn't feel like going back to the secret boss because I thought they were lame. In my opinion, I thought they were lame. They weren't worth going back to, and the game has all the same issues as the original Thousand Year Door. And obviously, when I went to do that Peach invisibility section, that shit once again took me a couple hours just to do by itself. And honestly, because of that and how much stress, the Shadow Queen gave me and other bosses gave me in the game or other sections, really made me not want to go back to this one, even though I know it's a really good freaking Paper Mario experience. A solid Paper Mario experience at that. Anyways, let's talk about Super Mario RPG. This game, the original. We're not talking about the remake. We're talking about the original. So, I put both Super Mario RPG, Super Mario RPG Remake in the same tier, S tier. But I want to be realistic and I want to talk about the original for its original merits and talk about its issues and talk about its goods and its flaws, just like I did every game here. Okay, so what I love about Super Mario RPG is the world is simple, the gameplay is simple, the bosses are simple, not super easy, but not super hard either. You can beat most of this game in about a good 12, 13 hours. I love all that stuff about Super Mario RPG. But, and the freaking music. The music is a godsend in this game. Fucking love it. I don't know how they did all this on their first try, but Super Mario RPG, easily one of the best RPGs Mario's ever had. If you really want simplicity, Super Mario RPG is the way to go. I swear to God. More simplicity than Thousand Year Door, more simplicity than M&L. Super Mario RPG is the way to go. And plus, keep this in mind, another bonus, that game right there, Super Mario RPG, is literally what gave Peach and Bowser their personalities that everyone knows them for today. Bowser being big and strong, but kind of dumb, but also really funny and comedic. Princess Peach being smart, charismatic, and also be a little playful and funny at the same time, but also be kind of a dunce at times as well. Super Mario RPG is the game that gave them personalities outside of just Bowser bad guy and Peach is damsel in distress. This game showed us Peach can kick ass too for the first time before Smash Brothers even came out. The first Smash Brothers, before we even see Peach in Melee and Bowser in Melee too, kick ass. This was solid. This was a solid game, right? But here are my problems with Super Mario RPG. The platforming in the original Super Mario RPG sucked so much balls because it would fuck with your depth perception. To be real, that is a massive problem. Sound effects would be a massive problem because some sound effects would be way too loud, and I mean a lot of moves, especially Geno Flash move would be so loud, or Kulex's flare, all that stuff would be so freaking loud. And I don't know why Super Mario RPG, the original, has sound issues like that, but it does, and my God, it almost blew my ears out a few times. And the reason I'm putting this so high with these issues in mind is because, it was the first Mario RPG game that I actually beat, without an emulator, because keep in mind, I don't have original hardware for a lot of these RPGs, outside of Brothership, outside of Sparks of Hope, because there's a Switch, and then outside of Super Paper Mario and Origami King, right? Like Superstar Saga, Partners in Time, Paper Mario 64, Thousand Year Door, the original version, Bowser's Inside Story, those were all emulated experiences, and Super Mario RPG being the first one to, the first one to not be an emulated experience, and it was the last Mario RPG game I ever discovered outside of the Rabbids games. It means a lot to me, especially the secret boss that you get, aka the Kulex fight. Bro, The Kulex fight sent me on another fucking level, bro. I'm telling you, the Kulex fight in Super Mario RPG, one of the best and most iconic secret bosses in Mario history. Kulex is the reason why I have such high standards for secret bosses in Mario, because in their first RPG ever, they gave us a guy that was gonna fuck with all of time and space if Mario and friends didn't stop him. All the way back in 1997, 1998, or 1996, whatever year. Back in the 90s, we got a guy like that. Bro, you can't even listen to FF4's battle music without people in the comments of those videos. And I'm telling you, if you've ever played FF4 and listened to the boss battle music, you would know it's from FF4. But if you didn't and you play Super Mario RPG and you're going to FF4 now or something, any Super Mario RPG fan will tell you, I am the Dark Knight of, I, Kulix, the Dark Knight of Vanda, will erase you from time and space. They will literally quote the man. Kulex was so terrifying when you first get to him, it's not even funny. But that's why Super Mario RPG is all the way in A tier, probably right behind Thousand Year Door. But if I really wanted to stretch it, I'd probably be like this. I'd probably swap it. In my opinion, this is my tier list anyway. I'd probably swap it. But the memories of both of these is extremely strong. Anyways, my apologies for stretching that bit out. I just really wanted to explain why Thousand Year Door deserves to be up here in A tier. It is such a good game. And on top of that, nobody can lie, this game set the groundwork for Paper Mario 64 and Thousand Year Door to fucking run, and M&L to run. So if it wasn't for this game, we wouldn't have all the other RPG Mario joints that we have today. And honestly, people that say this game sucks and Paper Mario is way better, 64, realize that most of the mechanics that you love so much in Paper Mario can be traced back to Super Mario RPG, The Legend of the Seven Stars. So put some respect on that goddamn... put some respect on that fucking game, yo. And last but not least, the last game I played in terms of the Mario RPGs, Super Mario RPG Remake for the Nintendo Switch. I'm putting this in S tier. Not only it fixes up everything that I said that was wrong about Super Mario RPG, the depth perception on platforms. For the most part, sometimes you can still kind of F up if you're not precise enough, but at least it gives you way better visual, obviously not only we got the visual overhaul, but also the perception on those platforms isn't as finicky as it was way back on the original release. Gino, Mallow, everyone looks so beautiful, crisp, beautiful new in-game cutscenes. The game's actually faster than the original by a fuck ton. I mean, literally, you can beat the game in 10 hours. The original game is longer because you move slower, battles are slower, and they even added so many things to make the gameplay even better than the original. For example, whenever you do a perfect timed hit, it will not only attack and do damage to that enemy you're attacking, but it will also do damage to all the other enemies that are also in the field. Also, there is a freaking gauge that if you max up to 100%, and depending on what character, you can do a certain special move that can wipe out enemies even faster than that. Then on top of that, Super Mario RPG, if you don't like the modern day music, you can change it to the original stuff from the Super Nintendo OST. And on top of that, if you don't like the Super Nintendo, you can keep it modernized, which a lot of people also, that was one of Super Mario RPG's weakest points, was the battle theme would go on for 3 seconds or whatever, and it would get annoying. But the remake of Super Mario RPG fixes that, too, and made the battle theme way more cool and way more memorable. Well, the battle theme for both versions is still snappy as shit. I mean, the OST for both versions of the game is freaking banger, bro. I mean, let's be real. All the music for all the Mario RPGs are bangers, but Super Mario RPG blew my fucking mind. But anyways, another thing outside of those things that Super Mario RPG, in my opinion, really gets right for the remake is the secret boss fights. So, the secret boss fights in Super Mario RPG and why I love it so much is it isn't, most of them are refights. right? And, you know, one of them's a refight with the cake where you actually can't do damage to him. All you can do is jump on him, but you need to use Peach to make him go to sleep constantly while Mario jumps on him to finish the job. Then you also have that, I can't remember, that yellow dude. It was either a yellow dude, you know, or something like that. It was either a yellow dude or something. I can't remember. I can't remember his name. It was a dude that just, you know, loved to eat. He was a big old fat yellow dude, but you also had to refight him. I think Jinx, and then maybe one more person. I could be wrong, but I don't remember a lot of the other secret bosses anymore because, you know, a lot of these guys, these secret bosses right here, they're good, but I'm gonna be real. Like, Kulex was the best thing we have gotten in this game. I mean, I'm gonna be real. Not only they gave us his regular fight from the original game that I loved for so long, but they also finally allowed us to fight Kulex 3D. The thing Kulex always wanted in game was to become a third dimensional being, just like Mario and friends, and he became that, and he became that much stronger, bro. When he became that much stronger, I shit you not, y'all. Day one when Super Mario RPG dropped, I remember Kulex videos were flooding everywhere. Guys, I can beat Kulex 3D in 5 turns. Guys, I can beat Kulex in 12 turns. Guys, I can beat Kulex 3D in 15 turns. I remember sitting there going, my mind was being blown because Kulex not only gained a 3D form, but he's also so much stronger and a way harder version of the original fight with Kulex. Lazy Shell can save you for a period, but it won't be like a guaranteed save and make the secret boss super easy. And I felt like that's what a lot of people really wanted to see was Kulex, but also a lot of people also wanted to see like Sephiroth and other characters and stuff. But anyways, I digress. Super Mario RPG Remake is easily the best remake on the Switch in terms of graphic fidelity, in terms of music. Combat is even better than the original. It actually makes the original feel completely obsolete and very slow. The gameplay is, again, faster, a little bit faster. Again, you can also enable auto running so you don't have to hold a button down while running. You can also make the difficulty, if the game is too hard for you, you can also put in an even easier difficulty. Also, basically the difference is you can carry way more items. You know, and I guess enemies don't hit as hard, but God, Super Mario, I'm sorry. I'm freaking running my mouth about Super Mario RPG. I'm sorry. It's just, it does everything right. I mean, dude, all the secret bosses, too, for the most part, drop characters' weapons. You get a gold chain chomp with Bowser. You get a freaking super laser with Geno. Bro, you get, I think Peach gets a weapon. I think it's just, no, I think it's either it's Mallow, Geno, and Bowser that I think get special weapons. I could be wrong on Mallow, and it could be Peach, but I remember like Peach and Mario, like they didn't get like special weapons, but Geno and Bowser getting special golden type weapons that do way more damage. That is fucking cool. Something that was nowhere near in the original. It's crazy, bro. I mean, the HUD, the UI, the freaking, oh my god, character animations, and they actually added so much more cutscenes. Yeah, Super Mario RPG, like remake for the Switch, y'all need to buy. That is recommendation number one, in my opinion, for RPGs for Mario on the Switch. It is so good. It is so good, in my opinion. Anyways, I digress. I like this tier list a lot more now. Let me know what you guys would change. You know, if y'all, you know, made this tier list and stuff. And yeah, guys, I'm going to see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share with your friends. God bless you. I hope you guys all have a great night. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.